Do you know about rocket science? Do you know all of these things? If you don't, then you better start studying it, because it's a game of knowledge. The people who rule the planet are all about the knowledge. They study. They don't go to the club every single night. They're studying, they're reading, they're learning every single day. Yes, they use it in a very bad way, but there are also people who have the knowledge who use it in a good way, like myself. So you have to realize, like I told you, it's like Lord of the Rings. You've got the good wizard and you've got the bad wizard. This is what it's about. You are in Lord of the Rings right now. You thought that was just a book? You are in a huge war right now. Some people want to help the planet. Some people want to see it burn. So you have to realize this thing has been going on for a little while. But you got to remind yourself, deep divers, there are there for a reason. Everybody is there for a reason. Mr. Gates is there for a reason. Yes, he's there for a reason. You have to make sure you're doing what you're here to do, because you have to realize some people are here to destroy the planet. That's their job. If they don't do it, they failed. So I'll do a whole video on why they have to destroy the planet, but they have to destroy it for a reason, which I'll get into. Their whole job is to destroy the planet. If they don't succeed, they will no longer be able to live with themselves. So that's why I told you, you have to make sure that you're not just drinking the Kool-Aid. Have you heard of Jim Jones? You've heard of Jim Jones, who gave his congregation Kool-Aid and they all died because it was laced with cyanide? That's what happens when you just surrounding yourself with entertainment 24/7. You're in Jim Jones's congregation drinking that Kool-Aid. You don't even know cyanide is in it. Oh my gosh. You better stop drinking that Kool-Aid, deep divers. But wonderful deep divers. You're going to make me talk all night, but shout out to everybody who's diving deep. Once again, like I say, on this planet, don't drink the Kool-Aid. I told you, this is a massive experiment. Nobody has more power than you do. If you realize that, you start to know Kung Fu, just like Neo in the Matrix. Nobody has more power than you do. So don't be afraid. Greetings. Good to see
Hey,
you. Yes, greetings.
how are you?
I'm grateful. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yes.
I want to say thank you for putting your 5G 5D
Oh, thank you.
video, because it definitely I'm a writer, and so I had these
Yes.
beats lined up and I was so inspired, and after that I've actually made three more, and I'm gonna
Wonderful.
yeah, and so it's so cool.
Wonderful.
So thank you so much.
I'm so happy to do that. Thank you.
I have a question about the mandatory vaccinations.
Yes.
So, um, I had signed up to be in the army, but they
Yes.
canceled boot camp. And they said we got to go in September, and I'm kind of scared as to like, are they gonna make us do? Like they haven't said anything, but I'm kind of like I'm kind of on the fence. Like I'm not in it yet, in it, because I haven't gone to boot camp. But yeah, that's
Right, right. Well, this is the choice you have to make. I'll never tell you what is the right path for yourself, but inside of your heart what is the right thing to do with the new awareness you have right now. in what the army does, what the army is there for, you know, and this is the choice a lot of people have to make, you know, because um, I was actually going to be in the army many when I was younger, you know, because when you're in the army, they offer you things, you know, they offer you health care, they offer you this schooling, they offer you so much. So a lot of times it seems attractive, but, you know, you have to also realize that a lot of people in the army, they mean well, they want to help people, but at the same time, they're pawns on the chessboard, meaning that if you kill somebody in a war, if a general tells someone to go and kill someone, the soldier does it. So soldiers are the most innocent, but at the same time, they have the biggest karmic debt because the elite know this, that if I tell you to kill someone and you do it, you have the karma, not me. Because the presidents don't send their own children to war for a reason. They say, hey, stay here. So they won't send their own children to battlefield, because once you're in the army, if a war happens, you have to go. And you know, you could lose your life. You know, so I always say you have to ask yourself, why don't they send their own children there? They're sending other people's children there. So it means that they don't care about you. You're just a pawn on the chessboard for the larger game. And pawns are the first one to get off the board. The king is always protected. So I always say, make sure you're a general. But you know,
Yeah, I hear you.
yeah. I mean, it takes time. I knew somebody who went to Iraq. Okay, I knew this soldier who was there for 3 years. So he told me what it was like firsthand. He was traumatized. He had PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. He was having nightmares. He said that it's far worse than even what they show on the news. He saw people getting shot in front of him, mutilated, arms blown all over the place, legs, limbs, people shot in the head, their heads splattered everywhere. He said, you know, he was so traumatized, he said he can't even go back to normal life. He has nightmares every single night. So what I'm trying to tell people is that, you know, war is something which is very brutal, but it's even more brutal afterwards. You know, you have to read accounts of people from the Vietnam War. When they came back, a lot of them had post-traumatic stress disorder. Even Iraq, you know, same thing. A lot of soldiers, veterans, they're traumatized. They can't sleep at night because they've seen so many horrors. So I always say, always listen to veterans. Say, hey, what was it like, you know, going to Afghanistan? You know, what did you see there? And they're gonna, if they're real, they'll tell you exactly that it's not pleasant at all. You know, in fact, there was a video of a young girl. You may have seen a viral video. She was shooting something, then a bullet just hit the wall. It nearly hit her. She's like, "Oh my gosh!" That's how it is in the war. Just one bullet. That's it. You know, so I always say, you know, really listen to your own voice first, but realize war is only, like they say, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Listen to that song.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is that, like, when I signed up in November, it was because, you know, I was like, oh, all the benefits and I could get a house, and, you know, I'm 31
Yes.
and I'm kind of like, you know, I feel like, uh, you know, yeah.
Yes. Well, that's the thing, you know. I mean, it seems alluring because they offer you so much, but at the same time, they take your life in the end. You know, so is it
Yeah.
worth it? You know, right now we're in the information age. You can manifest just on your computer.
Yeah.
You know, you can manifest anything you want. Law of attraction, baby. You know, the secret.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right?
it
You
yeah,
can
and
you
it's
can
different. It's
manifest
crazy.
right
It's
on your
like,
phone right now.
Right? Yeah, I'm
You
like,
know,
let me talk to him. There we go. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, you can really manifest. I mean, that's the thing. A lot of the times, like I say, everybody is complicit if you are just going along with someone else's agenda, you know, because people who are soldiers, police officers, they are the agents of the system. So they carry out the work, you know, but they don't realize that they're just pawns. The people who really run the planet, you don't see them, but they use you to go and keep everybody else in order. But you're disposable. They can replace you any single second. So you have to make sure you're irreplaceable, not replaceable. Soldiers are replaceable. Police officers are replaceable. You know, so you always remember there's only one queen and king on the chessboard. There's many pawns. You want to be a queen or a king. You don't want to be a pawn on the board because those get rid of the first. They go the first. You know, they're knocked off the board. You know, so make sure you're the elite. You know.
I feel better now because they actually called me a couple days ago and said, "Can you come in 3 weeks?" And I was like, "No, you guys said September, so no." But yeah, now I'm like, "No, yeah,
Right,
yeah."
right. I mean, it's like that. You know, it's similar to Scientology. You know, once you say, "Hey, I'm interested," they keep sending you letters through your letterbox because it's the same thing. They want you there. They need people. You don't need them, but they need you. You know, so you have to always remember that you are more valuable than them because they need you. You don't actually need them. They need you to fight their war. You don't need them. You know, so um, you know, always remind yourself that you don't want to be a pawn on the chessboard. At least be a master, you know.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Star. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good
Okay,
one.
one love to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to her. Wow, we dived into that subject. That was good to talk about that deep dives because that's how it is, you know. We are shout out to her. Shout out to everybody diving deep. Shout out to Francesca, who let me play the song. Let me play the song. I gotta play this song for you. G. Because I'm in 5. I don't need 5G because I'm in 5D. Hey, yo, DJ, drop that beat. Listen to the lyrics. Goodness gracious. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, whoo, making me go back to the R&B collection, deep divers. You see, that's the thing. Anybody that can sing like that, that's a serious talent and a gift. You know, you have to remind yourself, deep divers, if you can sing, music is the universal language. You want to realize this is the best time to be a musician right now. It's the best time. Once again, deep divers, I hope your day is going good. You got a question, let me know. Beautiful voice. Remind me of Beyonce. Shout out to her. Francesca, shout out to everybody diving deep.
Oh. Hello, Ralph.
Good to see you, brother.
Oh,
How's everything?
nice to meet you. I never
Yes,
thought this day would come so soon.
yes, yes.
The other day, I was I actually uploaded like my first YouTube video the other day, and I was
Okay.
editing on my computer, and a cat just enters my room out of nowhere, and I'm like, look at that cat down the road.
Yes. Wonderful.
And yes, and it was just a bit of a magic.
Yes.
Like following your footsteps, and the cat down the road just appears in my life.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and I want can I ask you for an advice?
Yes.
So I feel everybody in this universe is unique, but my uniqueness is that I was my father is African American, but my mother's
Yeah.
Japanese, and I grew up in Japan. Right,
Wonderful. Wonderful.
until I was 11 years old. And then I moved to South Africa, and I've been living in South Africa for the past about 15 years.
Wonderful.
And I've been watching a video about 3 years, and it has changed my life so much. And I feel like the Japanese, I don't know if you know about the Japanese society, but that society needs an influencer like you. And I'm so determined to become that. I feel that the Japanese, there'll be so many deep divers that needs my help, needs
Yes.
to know that all the knowledge that you've shared me, I want to share them the same. Because in the coming years, the next generations, like I'm looking at this in like 3 and 5 to 10 years time to come, these kids gonna need like need me like I need you.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so I just had a phone call with Rondon Real. You know that website, right? I mean the
Yes.
Rondon Real, yes. And actually I had a business consultation with them, and I'm taking radical steps, and I'm considering so many things. I almost want to drop. I'm currently studying civil engineering in South Africa, and
Yes.
I feel like I want to, and I can't put the same amount of passion that I want to put into doing what I want to do now as my studying, finishing off my degree. And I
Yes.
just also I just called my mother, and I actually told her everything, and she's obviously just wants me to finish this degree. But I
Right.
told her
So,
that
so the
give
question
me.
is that you're really stuck in on the crossroads, you know, and you're not sure which way to turn. Would that be correct?
Mm,
Right. You have to realize that I was also in the same position. Even when I was
mm,
studying, I also wanted to do other things, you know, and I saw some of my friends dropping out, and I wanted to do the same, and I was gonna do the same. It's just that I'd already started, and
mm,
me, if I start something, I got to finish it. But
mm,
everybody's different.
mm,
Sometimes you can leave what you're doing to go to something that's better, but it's all
mm,
about you having the vision for
mm,
what you what you really believe in, you know, because
mm,
once again, I told you the matrix is collapsing. There's
mhm.
no studying right now for the next who knows when, you know, because there's new there's new rules on the planet, social distancing,
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
going to go back to normal for at least a
yeah,
year. This is
yes,
serious. So now is a great time to take advantage of it and really do what you've always wanted to do.
yeah. And obviously, a lot of people are still in the matrix, and they hardly have any of the the the, the stuff that we know.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I don't want to trust the process and take this radical action.
Yes, do
And
that, brother. Trust the process,
mm,
and like I say, the universe reveals its secrets to those who dare to follow their hearts.
mm,
That's a secret, you know.
mm.
Thank you so much, brother. We'll connect soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, shout out to you. Shout out to that wonderful brother. And that's the thing, Deep Divers. He's international. He's global. Okay, African, Japanese, like Dutch, all in one. But like I say, we're all multi-dimensional. That's a secret, you know. So shout out to him. Wonderful deep divers. You are appreciated. Shout out to everybody who's diving deep. Once again, deep divers, I hope your day is going good. I just came here to send you good energy. And I don't need 5G because I'm in 5D. Deep divers, head to YouTube right now. Check out the masterclass. One you don't want to miss. A lot is happening right now. You don't want to miss this show. Shout out to you, deep divers.